clip, you know, never mind the fact that you're rude, or if you might be abusive, or, you know, sarcastic, all of that stuff goes. It just makes you cool. If you have that attitude, it makes you cool. And when girls are watching these shows, that's how they behave. You know, whatever they watch obviously comes out in their actions. So another thing that I want to talk about is when they watch all of this. Now it happens in our classes too. A student will come in one day wearing this, you know, really cool pair of shoes, and all of a sudden, all the other students in the class have the urge to buy it. So they'll go, they'll annoy their parents and get those pair of shoes, and all of a sudden, you know, in a week, you have everyone in the class wearing that. And it's just one example, you know, it happens with other things too. So what you're doing is, what all of this is doing to them is just putting so much emphasis on materialism that a lot of times they even have the pressure. What if they can't buy it? What if their parents don't let them buy it? It puts them, you know, through this thing, and they have so much pressure, they've done studies that have actually health problems, and mental health problems because of the pressure they're going through. And a lot of times, when the values that it's promoting is self-centeredness and selfish, you know, it's all about me, I need to get this, I need to look cool, I need to be popular, and it completely takes their focus from education, or from developing themselves, you know, spiritually, all of that stuff, it goes away. There is no emphasis put on that. So it's all about what you look like. It's not, you know, they don't care about anything. They just kind of stop caring about education. So even if you put all of this aside, and we look at it in a way that, okay, if they're watching all these commercials and their focus is becoming all of this, what kind of adults are they going to be? Do you think magically one day they're going to grow up and they'll just be this amazing human being after watching all of this and going through all this, and these things are, you know, kind of in their environment all the time? No. It's, you know, and we kind of see that in our society. Adults who are selfish and just kind of running after this world. And what it also teaches them is this deep love for this world. So they, you know, all of a sudden these things become important. So when they grow up, you know, it's about, you know, I need to save up this much money so I can buy this, so I can get my house over there, so I can get this car, so I can, you know, they just get consumed in this. And this world becomes so real to them. So what about the concept that we teach them, oh, we need to focus on the hereafter, we need to focus on, you know, pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all that, it's, you know, it's gone. This becomes their main focus. It's almost like, you know, what about the fact that when we teach them, you know, are we supposed to live in this world as if we were passengers? For example, if you're driving somewhere, if you're going to a place, a different state or a different country, and you want to rest for a day, you stay in a hotel, you go in, if you don't like the carpet, you don't like the paint on the wall, you don't like the furniture, you go to home, you can start cleaning all that? No, you put up with it because you know you're only going to stay there for a day, and you're going to leave anyways the next day. But I mean, are we teaching these concepts to the kids by, like, you know, when they're watching all this stuff? Are they really learning that? We need to question ourselves, and we also need to think about what kind of adults they're going to become. And I mean, recently, what's been going on in the Middle East? You know, all these leaders not wanting to leave power, you know, not wanting to leave all this stuff, and they don't care. I mean, they're so consumed by the money and the power that they don't care about the sufferings of their people. You know, they're just so brainwashed. They're sitting there, they're watching all these people on the road protesting, dying, all this stuff. They don't care. Because they're engrossed in that. So, you know, we are trying to raise a next Muslim generation, but are we doing anything different so they don't become that? Are we, because they have a good pattern. If we want to bring the change, what are we doing to break that pattern? Are we exposing them to the same things that we were exposed to when we were kids, or is it worse? So, just kind of finish myself about that. Okay, so my next topic that I feel very strongly about is violence and the media. Now, when we think about violence, we need to think in terms of heart disease. You know how when we think of heart disease, this is kind of like a soul disease, really. Companies like Nintendo and all these companies who come up with games, they go through a long process before they come out with their product. Again, they have psychiatrists, psychologists working on the staff. They are doing these pupil dilatory studies on the kids to see what movements excites them, what grabs their attention.